What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds!
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein.
Alright, so let's get this out of the way. Yes, I'm a huge Back to the Future fan, and so when I heard that Telltale Games was re-releasing their game, Back to the Future, the game, you know I had to pick up a copy. And while I can't say it's the most exhilarating game I've ever played, it's still a pretty enjoyable ride. Celebrating the 30th anniversary of the classic film, Back to the Future the game picks up where the last movie left fans. It's good old 1986, and it's also been 7 months since Marty saw Doc in Back to the Future 3. And well, things aren't going too well because of it. Doc's house is being foreclosed and the world thinks he's either dead or has ran away. But of course, Marty knows that can't be the case. And this is where players come in, but sadly, don't expect to have too much control over the game like you're probably used to having in others. See, this is more of a laid-back, casual experience.
It's just a notebook with Doc's scribblings. What did Doc ever accomplish?
Nothing.
I know, I was a little upset too when the game started and movement was slow, options were limited, and the whole thing started to feel like a game of connect the dots. You seem to really only have this option and this option alone to go to next. But once you get over the fact that, okay, it's not really an open world kind of thing, but rather, hold up, these characters really look like the real deal, their voices are on point, and the story is actually quite good, you start to enjoy yourself a little more.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
See, the game is broken up into 5 quite substantial episodes all connected to each other, and in these episodes the story focuses on going back to 1931 and discovering more about the Doc's past. You discover that the 1986 Emmett Brown is stuck in jail in 1931, and in order to correct that, Marty has to interact with his grandfather, Biff's grandfather, a young Emmett Brown, and many more. The controls are basic, you can walk and run, but otherwise the best part is when interacting with others, you get to choose what Marty says, and for a Back to the Future nerd like me, it not only makes you feel a little more in control of the story, but also it's like being able to pick what a crazy good Michael J. Fox impersonator says, which is strangely awesome.
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
And that's what pulls you in. Back to the Future the game really feels like a playable continuation of the movies. Christopher Lloyd is really the voice of Doc. The art design is extremely detailed, and for fans that call themselves the best of the best, there's even a few Easter eggs here and there, which makes the game that much cooler. Yeah, if you're more of a hardcore gamer, it may take some getting used to, but if you're willing to stop and just slow down, hop into the DeLorean and go along for the ride, you'll be entertained.
Stop!
Doc!
Go! Save your grandfather! I'll be fine until you get back.
You got it, Doc.
I'm only through an episode and halfway through the next, but Back to the Future the game already feels like a game I'll pick up every now and then to see where the story goes. Controls can feel limited and sometimes even a bit glitchy, but for just $20, it's still a game all Back to the Future fans should give a try. Cause come on, at one point we've all wanted to be McFly.
McFly? Biff? Kid? Grandpa?